Greetings. You already know it's the 305 heat. I was talking to Brother Phil. Brother Phil say 305 degrees is hot, brother.
That's hot. That's heaven hot.
That's heaven hot or hell hot. Both.
Man,
Heaven hot.
it depends on what side you on. Okay. That's that 96 degrees in the shade hot. Okay.
It's 305 hot.
305 hot.
So
305 hot.
we got Brother Phil here.
What's up?
Brother Phil, thank you so much for coming on sunny days, 305 degrees.
I love it. Every time you say it, I'm gonna be laughing.
To drop some science, to
Yes,
drop
sir.
some
Yes, sir.
wisdom, and drop some much needed care
Yeah.
to a community and a people that's dying daily because we're in a food desert.
Yeah.
We're dying daily for lack of exercise,
Right.
and we are destroyed because of lack of knowledge.
That's right.
So, Brother Phil, let me go introduce yourself, and let's get into it.
Well, thank you so much, Brother Albert. As you say, I'm Brother Phil, aka the One Faisal, and I work with you with the Circle of Brotherhood, and it's incredible that that's our day gig.
Yes, sir.
Our day job is black men saving our own community, or black men solving our own community problems. That's a heck of a day job.
That's our job, right? Solving our community problems.
Yes.
They should put that position on the stock market.
I'm telling you, man. You know, I think it. When you talk about a return on your investment, what greater return on an investment than investing in the future of your people, which literally means the future of yourself.
Yeah.
What greater return of an investment can you get? You can get that immediate gratification, but usually immediate gratification comes with immediate side effects, right? Immediate gratification, let me go ahead and eat this donut. Immediate gratification, let me go ahead and watch 50 episodes of Netflix. But what happens? You get fat, and then you don't produce the kind of life that you want to live. So thank you, bro, for creating this platform, man, to give us an opportunity to even have somewhere to come post up and share this information.
Well, you're quite welcome. And you said something just now that pricked something in me, because I did a message earlier this morning.
Okay.
Talking about that urge.
Yeah.
That urge for that crack. You could taste it on your tongue. That urge to eat that food. You ever, brother Phil, ever been like hungry, to a point, either you're home or you're at your restaurant, and the food is on its way.
Yeah.
And your tongue get watery.
Yeah. And
it tastes like you could taste the food. And then now the urge to really want that thing is really heightened.
Yes.
So I want to talk about how that 1 minute of urge can cause us a lifetime of sorrow. The urge.
Yeah, the urge, man. The urge to satisfy yourself in the immediate, that causes you to push aside integrity in the moment of choice, right?
Yeah.
The moment of choice is right there. Integrity will say, wait. Integrity will even say, bless your food. Integrity will cause us to even, smell or investigate the fork. But that urge, depending on who you are, see, because if you're a really important person, then there are people out there that's gunning for your spot. That's only if you are important. Don't nobody care.
So they'll be at my spot.
Yeah, brother.
At your spot.
Yeah, they that, like the Public Enemy symbol when it had the silhouette of the brother in the crosshairs. Yeah, there's somebody out to kill you.
So somebody have the urge?
Absolutely. To rid the world of you, and will use your urge for things to help them destroy you.
That was deep.
Yeah.
Urge.
Yeah.
It's the urge to, you see this man's wife that looks so good. Now, I done got the urge. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. What?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Even I'm walking with my wife and I'm
Yeah.
goosenecking because now I done got the urge and the appetite, like I could taste it. I want it.
Yeah.
It's negative, but I want it. It's the excitement of it.
What you would call it, man? I once heard Minister Farrakhan. He used that exact example, right?
Mhm.
And he said that that's what Satan is.
What?
Satan is deceptive intelligence
Mhm.
that will cause us to rationalize disobedience to the word of God.
Mhm.
And how did he explain it? He said, you'll see your neighbor's wife
Mm.
and you'll say to yourself, he ain't treating her right anyway.
Mm. Justification.
Justification. You start justifying in your head why it's okay for you to go after your neighbor's wife.
Deceptive intelligence.
That causes us to rationalize. We start making up excuses why it's okay to eat that donut.
Mm.
We start, even though we want to lose weight,
Mm-hmm.
we start making up excuses why we're going to sit down and watch 30 hours of TV this weekend, even though we got plans to become millionaires,
Mm-hmm.
even though we got plans in order to just straighten our house up.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll say, but it's only for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few minutes go by, but it's just another episode.
Mm-hmm.
Before you know it, 8 a.m. turns into 8 p.m. You don't watch 12 episodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Present company not included. I don't know nothing about that, right? We ain't talking from experience, right?
Right.
No, absolutely. I'm talking to myself about myself, hopefully for the help of, to help anybody else who out there who dealing with it.
Mm-hmm.
But that deceptive intelligence, man, that you used to see the shows, they would put the little angel on one shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
put the little devil on the other shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a war going on. Brother Albert, you really shouldn't, Brother Faisal,
Mm-hmm.
you should get up and go. And then that'll jump to the other side, knock the angel out.
Yeah.
And that's what
Yeah.
that's what urge does. And that's why it's important
Mm-hmm.
for us to constantly be disciplining
Mm-hmm.
that urge inside of us
Mm-hmm.
to want to go after immediate gratification
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to postponing immediate gratification for long-term value. Long-term value.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know that we are in a society, well, actually, most of us don't know,
Mm-hmm.
that we are in a society that there are merchants of death.
Mm-hmm.
These people don't care nothing about the person who's eating that bag of chips that has red number 40, blue number 2,
Mm-hmm.
Monodiglycerides, and one of the worst things ever created, which is canola oil.
Mm.
Canola oil sounds like it come from corn.
It
I
does.
found, the other day I found, why it's called canola oil?
Why?
Because it was made by a scientist in Canada.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's where the term canola comes from, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a totally artificial substance that is in nearly everything that's out there.
Mm.
And now men have this, there's an epidemic of erectile dysfunction among men. And we don't even know and understand that these canola oils, right? The American diet, which is called the SAD diet, right? SAD, the standard American diet, SAD diet, right?
Yes.
The basis of the SAD diet, the standard American diet, is SOS, right? It's 9/11 a day. SOS. What is SOS? That used to be a signal for warning. Hey, help.
Mm-hmm.
But SOS in the SAD diet stands for salts, oils, and sugar.
Oh wow.
So the SAD diet, the standard American diet, the foundation of it is SOS, which is salts, oils, and sugars. And we don't know that. So those merchants of death that are out there that's constantly pumping out this fake food, they don't give a damn about the end user, which is us that pick up the chips. So we buying all of this processed food. Mm-hmm. And so now what does it do? It results in this incredible rise in cancer in our community. Mm-hmm. Heart disease, diabetes. Mm-hmm. And What did COVID do? COVID brought all of that stuff up to the forefront.
Yes, sir.
Meaning that people weren't dying from COVID, they were dying from comorbidities. Those things, diabetes, overweight, asthma, those things that COVID triggered and that led to the death.
Right.
And so we don't realize that today because they're not talking about it like that, but COVID ain't going nowhere.
No, it's not. It's still here.
It's
a household.
It's in
It's
full
a household.
effect.
Yes, yes.
It's in full effect, which means that the comorbidities that we continue to feed the urges inside of us for salts, oils, and sugars, because they're addictive.
They're addictive.
The urge to immediately satisfy the appetite to feel good because the world crumbling down around me. I owe my bills. My dog won't even come in when I call him. Ain't nothing. Hell, let me go ahead and eat me something that's going to make me feel better. Let me go ahead and smoke something that's going to make me feel better. Let me drink something that make me feel better. It's just add to the comorbidities, which is also causing us to do what Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad wrote in How to Eat to Live. We dig in our graves with our teeth.
Grave.
It's a vicious cycle.
Mouth digger.
Damn. Grave diggers with your
Grave digger.
teeth.
You got a mouth. You got a graveyard mouth digger.
Man, come on, man.
So our areas are really not food deserts. They are just areas with dead food in it.
Ooh, that's beautiful, brother. Yeah. And
Because we got the hot chips, because the hot chips is still there and it's selling off the thing.
oh my God.
The hot chip and the rich sodas.
Yeah, man.
That's if you could open up a store in our area and just have hot chips and rich sodas, bro, you would
the way you say it, that's every store in our community.
Yeah.
Hot chip, of course you're gonna have your choice of 35 to 100 different types of beer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right, just beer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
I be getting a couple of. I get a little. You hit me a little bit, cause I knock a couple back. Now.
Yeah. And they knock us back, right? We knock them back, and then they come back right up into the kidney, right? Right up, right? Your kidney like no. And then he get drowned, and then they go to whooping on your kidney, and your kidney like, man, why you set me up? You set me up. The liver like.
I opened that door up.
You open the door. Liver and kidney now looking at you like man.
Like black man.
Like
liver and kidney like black man. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Yeah. My kidney.
That's your kidney.
The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said now.
That's right. Start singing Michael Jackson. Everybody know that they don't really care about us. He don't really care about us.
That's what our organs say to us every time we put garbage in the food, garbage in our mouth.
That's what they say.
All we need to know that he don't really
care about us. And sooner or later, they gonna team up and they gonna say, we quit. We quit. You don't care, so we don't care. So the liver shut down, right? The kidney shut down, right? Yeah. And as we see today, man, brother, which is what we talked about. Why we sitting here now? We're just watching so many more. Man, I lost 3 friends so far this year. 1 to cancer, 1 to a heart attack, and another one to a freak accident, right? Fell down, hit his head, passed away.
Yeah.
Some believe that he may have had a heart attack, which is what caused him to fall. But those things we're seeing happening more and more to men in general, and particularly to black men, which is why we hear, not why we hear, we got a lot of other things to cover, but that was the catalyst for us coming here now, because we want to talk a little bit about stress reduction, physical fitness, and how those things tie to what is called yoga.
Okay, let's get into that.
So tomorrow.
So that's
9/12.
That's the second episode.
That's the second episode.
Okay, so well let's get back to where we were.
We're gonna have our thing tomorrow.
So what's very peculiar to me.
What's that?
That You find some of our people that's passing now, especially after they get 60, 61, 62, 63, 64,
Yeah.
65, around them 62, 63,
Right.
65.
Yeah.
When we get around them numbers there,
Yeah.
a lot of our people are passing. They find out that they got cancer, and then after that, a week after that, they're gone. You know.
Yeah.
So I want to say, like, when we around 65, like, and a lot of us haven't been going in and out of the hospital. Like me, bro, I probably have not been to the hospital in my life, maybe 2 or 3 times in my life. You know what I mean? But for people of color, when they get 65, 66, 67, you find out, hey, you know, so-and-so got cancer. You know, so-and-so died because you're like, no, I just seen him the other day.
Yeah.
And so after that, man, we get a drastic decline in our health, even though it seems like we've been healthy all our life.
So I'm glad you say that, man, because I think that's kind of what we was getting at with that immediate gratification. Like, I'm gonna smoke, I'm gonna drink, and I'm gonna eat whatever I want. Because what is life if I can't smoke, drink, and eat whatever I want? My father, may God be pleased with him, that was his motto. And I understand that thinking, because what is it, you know, the scripture says, he who seeks to save his life shall lose his life. Right? Now, some of us may take that as though, man, well, if I'm gonna just ignore what I love to do, then that ain't living. Right? Tupac said that this ain't living. But there's another side of that, which is the body. Think of the stomach like a tire. A tire only has so many miles on it before you have to change it.
Okay.
So the stomach has little like tubes or hairs, right? They're called villi. And the villi is like the tread on a tire.
Okay.
The villi is what pulls the nourishment from out of the stomach so that it can forward into the digestive process so that food can be turned into fuel, or because that's literally what a calorie is. It's a unit of energy.
Okay. Okay.
So that it can convert food to energy.
Okay.
For us to live. Now that stomach, right, only got so many miles. Brother, as much as we want to, nobody gets to stay. Nobody gets to come here and stay forever.
That's right.
It doesn't happen.
That's right.
We all have a birth and we'll have a death.
Okay.
Now, what allows us to live on is what you do in between birth and death in terms of establishing a legacy that others can feed off of, thereby you live.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
But
Fountain of youth. That's that fountain of youth.
the fountain of youth comes. Now, I'm glad you brought that up, because the fountain of youth comes from not using the tread on the stomach as much. Because if you get you some, you get you a fresh pair of Vogue tires, right?
Yeah.
And they only got 200,000 miles on them.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you jump in your car and you drive 200,000 miles in a month,
Right.
then them tires only gonna give you a month.
Right. Good analysis.
But if you take them same tires and it's on a classic car, because you got Vogues and you got Trues, and it's on a 64 Impala rag top,
Hydraulics.
right?
Yeah.
Right? Candy paint, all that.
All that. Yeah.
It sits inside the garage. You take care of it. You polish it, right? Those Vogues ain't getting the same kind of mileage put on them than the one who just jumped in and just riding.
That's right. Good.
So thereby, the tires last longer in time, not necessarily in usage, but it was the abusage of the tires that costed them to go out faster.
Right.
And the abusage of our bodies is what's causing a lot of us now at the early 60s to check out, because most of the foods that are on the planet today, y'all need to come out to a Brotherhood meeting, man, on Tuesday nights.
It's a Brotherhood meeting on Tuesday night.
Yeah. Circle of Brotherhood, yeah.
Circle of Brotherhood have a meeting on Tuesday night.
Every Tuesday night at the Dr. Dorothy Benjoss Mendengal Social and Economic Institute. We call all black men. You can come out and really get you some information. Because at a meeting a couple weeks ago, executive director of the Circle of Brotherhood, Brother Lau, he said something, man.
What he said?
He said that he's recently read a post that 90% of the foods that are out today didn't exist 100 years ago. I said, wait a minute. Okay, check, bomb. Go back and look that up. And I went back and looked it up, brother. Most of the fruits, the vegetables, most of the stuff, 90% of the food that is out there, that's even called food, it didn't even exist 100 years. And then others, if you Google that right now, if you search that, you'll find so many videos, and a lot of them say they weren't even out 50 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Think about it, bro. When we was growing up, you were hard-pressed to find seedless grapes.
Yeah, seedless?
Seedless grapes.
That's right.
You went to the store, everything had seeds in it.
Everything had seeds.
Everything had seeds. I remember when seedless grapes, I can't say when they came out, right?
Right.
But because we didn't eat seedless grapes.
Yeah.
We ate the grapes. It was like, we would chew the ground, spit it out as a shorty.
Yeah.
But then seedless grapes came out, and now you had a choice between seed and seedless grapes. It was like, so seedless grapes became popular. Now you can hardly find a grape in the store with seeds in it.
Brother Phil, now since you said the seedless grape, and somebody made the grape seedless.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I wonder, if I was in the grape family, I wonder how the grapes feel to be seedless. And I'm thinking about me, I wonder how I feel if they were to make me seedless.
Well, that is a very deep question, brother, because a lot of us are being made seedless today. There is literally a crisis in the world of what they call the birth gap, meaning that there are not enough children being born today to balance out the number of people that are getting older. Really great documentary. Check it out. It's real short. It's called The Birth Gap. And it's a phenomenon that's happening in all industrial nations, because it's not just, what other kind of seed that bad food produces in us?
What?
The seed that it takes out of us is ambition, desire, testosterone levels.
Testosterone.
Yeah, bro. Like most of the foods today got soy in it. Soy is loaded with estrogen. And estrogen is one of the causes of cancer in food today. So even you got a lot of folks that's trying to be vegan and vegetarian, so they going and eating a lot of soy products. Half of the non-meat food, the non-meat hot dogs, the non-meat sauce, they're made with soybeans.
Yeah.
And soy has high levels of estrogen. So they not going in and literally taking your testicles out.
Right.
But by eating these foods that are loaded with soybean and soy and all of these other processed chemicals, they cause the loss of ambition in a man. Desire to want to produce, which I don't care what kind of man you are, right? There ain't nothing better than producing. It's as simple as you could go outside and cut the grass. You look at the grass, whoa, wow, hey, I did that.
Yeah.
You go inside, you go take a shower, you come out, you even go look out the window.
No, I cut my own grass. You're right.
Yeah.
I cut my own grass. You're right.
Because you're producing something. But the food today, and I think it's by design, that's a whole other show.
No, but brother, I'm glad you brought that up, because what I'm thinking now is the same thing that's happened to people in so-called free world is the same thing that happened to us in prison. Because let me say, so in prison, I've been in prison for 22 years, and they were telling us that they used to feed us saltpeter, right? And I worked in the kitchen, so I never seen them really inject nothing in the food. But they say that the way they get their food from, that type of stuff be injected in the food. And when I think about it, after being in prison for 20-something years, and after getting used to that type of seedless, dead food, right? Bruh, when I think about it, if I didn't play with my own self,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have no use for it. But I used to say since I was in prison and I didn't have no woman, it just died on its own. But when I first came in every morning, that thing wake me up like an alarm.
Yeah.
But the more that I've been in, the more years that I've done, when I come to think about it, when you brought that up, if I don't mess with it, that thing just be limp for forever. But it's because of the food.
It's the food, man. In fact, you just reminded me about, just last week I seen there's this guy, man. I forget his name. I think it's Brian Johnson or something like that. But he's been doing this experiment on himself. He's trying to prove how you can live forever. So he made $100 million from some online system, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
He sold the company, got $100 million, and he invests $2 million a year in just himself and trying to figure out how to reverse the aging process. So I watched a video last week on him. He said, you know what is one of the main indicators of good health, man?
What's that?
Is how long you keep an erection throughout the night. As a man, because that's the thing. It's one thing to be taking the pills and doing everything that you do. It's another thing to be able to measure the outcome.
Yeah.
And one of the great indicators of health is a man's ability to maintain an erection.
Wow.
Now, it makes perfect sense because literally an erection is the result of blood flow down to the lower portion of your body.
Yes.
And if it's further away from the heart, that means that it had to pump a little bit more to get down there. And that means that if you could keep it hard longer, then that means the heart must be working good.
Yeah, and then the blood flowing good.
And the blood is flowing good.
Okay.
So going back to the relationship between food, manhood, productivity, and, we won't get into the womanhood because I don't know it that well.
Right.
But I do know that there's a rise in cervical cancer. There's a rise in what is called PCOS, right? Hysterectomies. There is a rise in women not being able to produce children. Now, all of that stuff is definitely tied to food, but there's another side of it, which is the stress, which is the mental toxic ideas, images, and beliefs that we have that is destroying us from within. So food, what you put into the body with food and water now, because let's not leave out that brilliant, it was a scientist, man, that found how they was dropping some chemicals out there into I want to say it was the Everglades, and they showed how it was turning the frogs homosexual.
I remember that.
You remember that, right?
And it was shrinking the male.
It was shrinking the alligator penis.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then that doctor, which was a black man, he came out and started putting that research out. Man, they tried to kill him.
Of course.
They tried to kill him.
Of course.
And then they ended up taking that chemical and now they use it in food. And we ain't no conspiracy theorists around here.
Right.
Like this is called 305 degrees for a reason, because it gets hot around here.
Better believe
if you ain't hot around the collar about some of the things we talking about, then more than likely you're probably on a dead level, meaning you're on a horizontal plane. You're like the snake in the garden, right? And the whole thing about the cross is that you want to go from a horizontal plane to a vertical living perpedicular.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You want to be erected.
Yeah, you want to be erected. That erection is that's gonna be,
not you dead.
That's gonna be on my mind all day. The erection.
Stand up tall, brother.
How long you can stay standing up determines how healthy you are.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Which is a great segue to invite y'all that we got our inaugural Brotherhood Yoga class.
Well, let's close out on the yoga class.
So I'm a member of the Circle of Brotherhood.
So am I.
I'm also on the Circle of Brotherhood staff.
So am I.
And I was one of the members of the Hunger Nine.
So am I. Hold on. What is the Hunger Nine briefly?
So the Hunger Nine there were 9 brothers who, as a result of hearing the cries and the wails of Black women who lost their children to gun violence in our community, and the voice of a lion that spoke amongst them.
Okay.
We know him as Blaze Carter.
Blaze Carter.
At that press conference that was put together by our sister Tangela Sears, who does it every year.
Yes, sir.
For women.
And Letha Bush.
And Letha Bush, who can never, Sister Letha. Sister Letha be like, don't forget down south.
And Romania Dukes.
And Romania Dukes. And Sister Romania, that they have mothers who have lost children to gun violence. And there was one brother. There was 40, 50 Black women that was there crying, T-shirts, all of that, wailing, they children, they missing, they loving on each other. And there was one Black man that was there. And it was Blaze Carter. And Blaze spoke words that shook the foundation of the members of the Circle of Brotherhood that were there. And one in particular, the lead organizer, Brother Leroy Jones.
Yes, sir.
I think it was you. Y'all two was walking together.
Yes,
right?
It was me, it was World, it was Chicken George.
Right. And Leroy said, we got to do something.
Yeah.
And then the idea of doing a hunger strike was born.
Yes, sir.
And as a result of that moment, it gave birth to what is called the Hunger Nine.
Okay.
So from March 9th, 2019 to March 30th, 2019.
Yes, sir.
9 brothers.
And me and you are
Yes.
Two of the
2 of the 9.
Yes.
We took over the field that was across the street from the notorious Pork and Bean Project.
Yes, sir.
Where not only you were raised at, where you came of age at, where you did your good and your bad at.
Yes, more bad. Yes.
More bad.
Yes.
Which is also the founding place for that television show that has become a sensation off of watching Black Death, which is called First 48.
First 48.
Pork and Bean Projects, that's where it was born at. It was there every week until it started going around into the country.
Okay.
Well, we set up a camp across the street from the Pork and Bean Projects.
Okay.
And at that camp, we did a hunger strike.
Okay.
For 21 and a half days.
Put the brakes on.
Yeah.
You did what?
For 21 and a half days. All we drank was water. We didn't eat any food. We lived outside. We held workshops. We hosted everything from, Mothers Demand Action, who were the mothers from the Parkland shooting, to having police workshops.
Yes, sir.
Out there. Hopefully we doing some good, because y'all seen what happened with Tyreek Hill this past weekend, but that's another conversation for another time.
Right.
We did that in order to raise the awareness in our community that gun violence is not normal.
That's right. It's not.
It is not accepted.
It's not accepted.
There are Black men who care.
There are Black men who care.
Who love.
And
who will lay down their lives.
For the community. And
the Hunger Nine, and you can, for those of you who are watching, we encourage you, go ahead and hit your search engine, put in Hunger Nine, and do some research on it. Or you could come here to 5120 Northwest 24th Avenue. We have a small Hunger Nine museum that's set up.
That's right.
And we slept outside, and we drank nothing but water, and we held press con. We did everything that we can to just keep us from thinking that that's normal. Did we think we was going to stop gun violence?
No, sir.
No. Did we think that we was going to do this and everybody's going to say, oh, no, we need to stop the killing? Or the hitters out there was going to come up and be like, hey man, here, take my gun, man. I ain't doing this no more.
Yeah.
Nah, we didn't do it for that.
Yeah.
All of those things did happen for a select few.
Yes, sir.
Those
Sure
things did happen.
It did happen. It did.
There were some hitters that changed their mind about hitting that day.
That's right. That's right.
We know that for a fact.
That's right. That's right.
But that wasn't the goal.
Mm-hmm.
The goal was, like Dick Gregory would say, you don't do a hunger strike to make bad people good. You do a hunger strike to create an energy around which other people that are like-minded can join and become a part of.
So that's good. So let me close off on the Hunger 9 so we can get back to the yoga thing.
Yes.
So, brother, the reason why I don't mind whatever people say about me, if it's crazy, I don't mind it because I put my life on the line for our community. Right?
Yes, sir.
And I only know 8 other men, and we have other men in the Circuit Brotherhood that aided us.
Absolutely.
But I only know myself and 8 other men that we literally, I'm not talking about figuratively.
Yeah.
We literally put our life on the line for our community.
That's right.
That's why I saw a lot of them congressmen and commissioners be talking.
They was there.
You know.
We got the
and
pictures.
then I go up and I talk boldly to them.
Yeah.
Because every time election time come around, they come around as if they are in the community. So I always, when I go to those forums, I always tell them boldly, hey man, y'all just rapping, man.
Yeah.
I put my life on the line. Y'all just rapping because I have not seen none of you all come to 5120 Northwest 24th Avenue and visualize for yourself and see how we save lives daily.
On the daily.
So I'm going to close on that on the Hunger 9 piece. And Brother Phil, I want you to close out on inviting people to this yoga class that you're presenting to the world.
So thank you for that, man. And you know, one of the things transitioning from the Hunger 9 is that one of the things while we was out there is that we actually did yoga every day.
Yes, we did.
We were out there for 21 and a half days. And I would say really, it was about no less than 15 days.
Yeah.
I think it was more, I don't know the exact number, but
me neither.
I think we did yoga at least 80% of the days that we were out there. We had our dear brother Eric Knowles, who is also the director of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. He's a yogi. And he would come out every morning and he would do yoga. And it was the yoga that helped to sustain us.
I believe that.
Through that process.
That's true.
Because there's a tension that happens when you're depriving your body. Or when there's any kind of deprivation in your life. That causes tension.
Yes, sir.
And so I've been doing yoga myself for about almost 20 years of my life.
Okay.
And I got into yoga after I had surgery on my knee. I had reconstructive surgery on my knee. I'd be sitting around in the house when I was rehabilitating, and I used to watch a show that came on. And I realized, you know, I'm starting to get a little more used to terms like range of motion, you know, and particularly with my leg, the different degrees and how your progress should be when you're going through rehabilitation. And I saw that my range of motion was getting better the more that I did yoga in the daytime, you know, on this thing. So make a long story short, that's my part of my personal journey. And I do a type of yoga that is called Kemetic yoga, or some call it Egyptian yoga, because it is a yoga based on the culture of ancient Egypt. So when you see on the walls of what they call the hieroglyphics or the Metu Neter, you see them doing poses, you know, and they even did that song, Walk Like an Egyptian. And they were making fun of it, right? Like they always make fun. Like that girl, that goddamn girl in the Olympics that was breakdancing, and she came out and did that stupid shit. Excuse my language.
That's okay.
They always make fun of us, man. Okay, because they do get out of there.
But he who laughs
laughs
the loudest.
Yeah.
Laugh now, cry later.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Thank you. Marinate on that for me.
Yeah, don't let that go over here.
Yeah. So all that to say that for quite some time on Sunday mornings, we were doing Brotherhood Yoga out here.
Yes, sir.
Right. It continued on. Brother Eric Knowles would come out and he opened it up to the Brotherhood. So on Sunday mornings we came out, and then COVID happened.
Yes.
And then after COVID happened, it kind of died down. We tried to get it, etc. But we say all that to say that the circle of brotherhood has expanded.
Okay.
In terms of staff.
Okay.
And I belong to the wellness department.
Okay.
And I'm a wellness activities coordinator with the Circle of Brotherhood.
Okay.
And so it's one of our mandates to create exercise programs for particularly the men in our community.
Okay.
Black men in our community.
Okay.
And knowing my personal relationship with yoga, knowing, and I did my certification years ago.
Okay.
Going through it with the Hunger Nine.
Okay.
Doing yoga out here with the Brotherhood.
Okay.
I seen the value of how yoga can transform the lives of men.
I believe that.
You can get up under them weights and push 250, 275 pounds. You can get up and squat 500 pounds. I done seen them same guys, man, be about to fall over just because they can't hold up their own body weight and breathe at the same time.
Oh.
So yoga is a technology, man. Yoga is software for the body's hardware. And so what yoga allows is for unity. It literally means unity of the mind, the body, and the spirit.
Oh, wow.
Spirit meaning breath.
Okay.
From the Greek word spiritus.
Okay.
So mind, right? Focus,
Yes.
body, holding, because it takes physical movement,
Okay.
and then spirit, the breath.
Okay.
So we want to invite everybody to come out to Brotherhood Yoga. Not everybody. This is for men. This ain't where you're going to come and see that eye candy. That's another class.
Yeah, that's a whole nother class.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah,
I ain't mad.
yeah. That's why some of them will come.
But listen, Russell Simmons, let him tell his yoga story. Russell Simmons said, hey, he went to a yoga class and he seen nothing but beautiful women up in there. And him and his buddy were the only dudes. That's how he got into yoga.
That's a good, that would get me into yoga.
Listen, hey,
Yeah.
I done been to some yoga sessions, man. How you doing, my wife? How you doing, baby? But hey, listen.
Be careful.
Hey, that yoga is because yoga can make you vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Some of the we've been made, not to bend over. Pause.
Yeah.
As Dame Dash was saying, right?
Yeah.
We've been, no bend down. Don't bend down.
Don't bend down.
It promised you parkman. Don't bend down. It promised you car. Don't bend down. Right. So we got our own, holdbacks for stretching and positioning. So even when you hear a term like a downward dog, when you look at dogs in the morning, the way that they stretch, and then the up dog, they literally do that.
So you can learn something from a dog.
Oh yes,
man.
Absolutely, man. You can learn a lot.
The
from
downward dog.
The downward dog, and then if you do yoga really right, then, the world will teach you the dead dog.
The dead dog. World of the dead dog.
Just lay on your back.
The dead dog.
So nonetheless, man, thank you, bro, for allowing me to come here. Hopefully we can come on again, man.
Sure.
And because I'm not no pro at this.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful and thankful that God has blessed me with a brotherhood.
Yes, sir.
With a job.
Yes, sir.
That allows me to do what I love to do.
Yes, sir.
And so when you have a job that allows you to do what you love to do, it no longer feels like a job.
No, right.
Now you're living in purpose.
Right. In purpose and on purpose.
In purpose and on purpose.
So, Brother Freer, close us out with some information.
Okay.
What's the dates? What's the location? What's the dress code?
Okay. So 7 p.m. here at the Dr. Dorothy Bendross Mendengal Social Economic Institute, 7 p.m. on Thursdays, 5120 Northwest 24th Avenue, Miami, Florida. In the front area, in what we call the auditorium. This is where we will be meeting at.
Okay.
Right? Prior to the 7 o'clock class, there's a 6 o'clock hit class for real hitters. Okay?
Come on.
Hit meaning high impact intensity training with our dear brother, Coach D. Okay. So Coach D gonna set it off with the high impact calisthenic get in shape.
Okay.
And then we follow it up with the stretch, in-depth Egyptian yoga session.
Oh, well,
So that's going to be 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. The exercise 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So you don't pick your poison, pick your antidote. You can come out and do one, or you could do both.
How much it costs?
How much it's gonna cost you?
I got my credit. How much it cost? How much?
Free 99.
Free 99?
Free 99.
This-
Brother,
so-
it's free, man. It's free.
It's
This
free.
is a service that we provide to our community.
For free.
It's for free, man. It's for free. Plus, you get to come in, and we got a saying in the Circle of Brotherhood: everything we need
It's right here.
in
This
the circle. Everything. So you don't know who you're gonna meet out there. You don't know what you're gonna learn.
That's right.
But I'll tell you what you are gonna do is you're gonna be introduced to yourself in a way that you haven't been introduced to yourself before, which is through yoga, which means unity, which is mind, body, and spirit.
So one more time, give them the address. One more time. Let's close out on the address.
5120 Northwest 24th Avenue. Don't meet me there, beat me there. All right? That's it. Brotherhood Yoga. Thank you, my brother. And we're going to continue to pick it up.
Yes, sir. No, I want you to do it. You're going to do a segment on Sunny Day 305, a wellness segment. So
I'm looking forward to. We got to get it. I mean, look, man, we blessed. We blessed. And we in wicked Miami.
Wicked Star.
Man, we supposed to be doing this, man. Come on.
Wicked Dog.
Wicked Miami.
Clyde Star.
Blah.
Pow. We out. Peace.
Greetings. This is Sunny Days 305 Degrees podcast. Our community said they wanted a platform that they could get their ideas and their messages out. Hence, Sunny Days 305 is on fire.